Hello there. Friday afternoon, 1:30. I'm about 3/4 of a mile in on a nice walk. I'm in the Northumberland hills, and I'm going to go up to some familiar crags where I've camped recently. I've got all my cold weather gear this time, and I'm going to see if I can make sure I can do a warm camp in the winter. Streams are looking lovely. I love the sound of flowing water. Got a nice blue sky. It's 4 to 5 degrees at the minute, and it's forecast down to freezing tonight, so I've got more gear than I can fit in my rucksack, but hopefully we'll have a nice warm camp, so we'll see you soon. Wow, it's very, very windy. I've walked through loads of bogs because of all the rain, but my destination's coming into view now. Where are we? Yeah, I can't find it. There's the destination up there. Oh, it's tiring. I've just trekked through all this. Bog, 1.5 miles and that, and I'm just going to go straight up now. I can see a gate, so I'm going to get through it. So I'll see you soon. Well, that's it. I've made it to the top. There's a hell of a slog up there in the wind. Up on the top there, you can't stand up. You cannot stand up at all. The wind's coming from the Cheviot side. Obviously, I'm on the Linhope Valley Cunyon Crags, and the wind's coming from that side. So I found a bit of uneven ground here. I shall pitch here. It's not too bad, look. It's quite tussocky, but it'll do. Might get a bit of a sunset tonight. It's 2:30 now. It's took me an hour and a half to, well, about an hour and 20 minutes to trudge up here. So I've got plenty of warm gear with me. I've got a Burgess base layer on. I've got a 100-weight fleece on top of that. I've got this big thick, this is the warmest down jacket out kit do. It's a fabulous jacket, and I've invested in some down trousers as well, so we'll get them on in a bit. So I'm going to have myself a brew, and we'll come back in too. Well, I'm just sat here having a brew. I've got this big thick jacket on. I'm so toasty, it's unbelievable. Like I say, I've got the Burgess base layer on, then I've got a 100-weight fleece on top, and then I've got this on. I've got my bag of thermals there. I've got a bag of food, a katsu curry and some coffee bags. I've got my cooker down here, my coffee, my milk. I've got a coffee on the go at the minute. There's no way I'm going to be cold tonight. I'd be very surprised if I am. I've got me Rab hut slippers as well. I've got a nice sole on them, so you can actually get out the tent if you need to go. And on the front of the rucksack, that big bag there, it's actually Rab argon down trousers. I know they're expensive, but they're good ones. I got them for 30 quid off from Taunton Leisure. I didn't go camping last week because one, I hadn't sourced me down trousers, and two, it was soaking wet anyway. But I've got the down trousers now. Good night to try them. It's 4 to 5 degrees as we're speaking now, coming up to 2:30, and it's going to drop to below freezing tonight. So it's going to be a good test. I've got a pair of thick mittens, and I've also got me gloves as well. So I'm well set up tonight. Be a good test. The only downside tonight, you're not going to believe this, I'm not in the bivy. The tarpon bivy is at home, and I'm in the little Van Gogh Helium F2 tent. I bought a 2-piece person one just so I've got some more space. I've had it about 6 months, I've not used it. I've had it up in the garden to make sure it's okay. This will be the first use. But it's a shame. I'm just looking here next to this rock. Perfect little spot for the bivy, but I'm thinking with the long nights, and I want to make sure I'm warm until I'm sure of the clothing and how I'm going to get on with the weather. I've just brought the tent tonight, so we'll catch you in a bit. I'll tell you, there'll be no pitching. Where we pitched last time down there. I can't even stand up. Wow! Oh dear me! I can't even stand up. It's a lovely spot, isn't it? Sun's just going down, look. Beautiful. We're going to have a look at the pitch from the height. I've just come up here to see where we pitched last time, and if I come up the top of there again now, God, look, I can't even stand up now. It's mad. Completely mad. This side, the wind. Right, I'll have to get down the other side. Sun's going down. I'm sorry I can't hold the phone still. It's just too windy. Moon's out already, look. God, it's so windy. And there's the pitch down there. Nice little pitch out the way. It's a lovely little pitch, isn't it? Look at the views from the tent. Fabulous. The wind is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know how I'm going to sleep in here tonight. The tarp doesn't rattle like this. I've got one of these plant-based tikka masalas. It's just beans and everything, and I've mixed it with a pack of rice. I'm just having to cook in my porch. It's too windy outside now. Plus it's dark anyway. I've got the little lights up there. It's a right rattle affair in here. Yeah, hello there. I'm just lying in the sleeping bag. I've got myself a coffee on the go out there in the porch. This coat is amazing. I keep sliding down. Look, there's the mat. There's plenty of room at this end, but down that end I'm on a very, very slight slope, but it doesn't matter. It's that windy, there won't be any condensation. It's freezing cold outside. The forecast for the top of the Cheviot is 50-mile-an-hour winds. Well, it's pretty close to that. It's probably 40 miles an hour. I put a little clip in before when I stood on the top. It was absolutely horrendous. But this warmth business, I've got hand warmer sachets. You know, the ones you just rip the bag and you take them out and they warm up after 5 minutes. I've got one of them in each of my booties, and I've actually got my booties in the sleeping bag. I've got the thermal trousers on and the down trousers, and I've got all my top clothes on. Look, I've got the whole lot on inside the Rab 1100 sleeping bag. It's ridiculous, and I can honestly say I'm comfortable. But I mean, I don't know if I could go much colder. It's and just doing this filming now, my hands are already going cold out the sleeping bag. So I don't think I'm cut out for this winter camping this year. How things change, eh? But I should do a few. Probably do less. I certainly won't be out as much as I was last winter. I can always, if I want a bit of countryside, I can go in the van. But I had to come out for a chill out today. The last couple of nights, the daughter has been up 5 or 6 times every night. Really, really tiring. And then, of course, the pup was barking. Once the dogs hear somebody, because we've got 2 Jack Russells and a new sausage dog that's only a couple of months old. And of course, once they hear somebody moving around, they start barking. So I've had to sort that out. So I've been desperate for me camp tonight for a chill out. So I shall be sleeping like a log tonight. I really will. But I'm just amazed that I'm actually lying here in all this gear and I'm just comfortable. Not normally in the Rab 1100 bag, I'd be in my thermals and that's it. Just my thermals. It's mad, absolutely mad. But I'm comfortable, that's the main thing. I must say, a couple of them hand warmers inside your booties, oh my God, your toes, it's like heaven, like heaven. And if my hands get cold in the bag, I can just break a couple, break another bag open, because I bought 4 or 5 packs of them with me. There's 2 in a pack. Fantastic price off Amazon, Bramble hand warmers. I think I got a box of 40 packets, that's 40 pairs. 40 times 2, I think it's just 24 quid. Amazing. So I've got plenty of stuff to stay warm. Doesn't really matter what I've got on, as long as I'm warm and comfortable and I'm enjoying the camp. And I'm really chilled out. It's great. I mean, I didn't like the excessive flapping in the tent before. The wind's died a little bit at the minute. It seems to have spells where there's big gusts. So I do prefer the tarp and bivy, because to look at the stars or anything, you've got to unzip everything. It's just not the same. But to be honest, it's cosy in here. I'm out and I'm enjoying myself. So I'm over the moon. You've just got to dress. You've got to know your own body and dress accordingly. That's the answer. I don't think I should do any more filming tonight, because it'll just be a short video because of the time of the year. But I'm just so glad to be out and chilled. I'm just lying here, happy as Larry. Watched a bit of YouTube. Started the iMovie, editing that. So I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. I had a great sleep. I got up for 2 rest breaks in the night. Other than that, I've slept straight through. It's just coming up to 7 o'clock. Fabulous sleep. If anything, I was a bit too warm. So I could definitely go down to a lot colder temperature than this. But no condensation in the tent. Well, I can't feel any on the lining anyway. And yet the sleeping bag, the top of the sleeping bag is wet. I've not had that for a while. Strange. Whether it's the amount of warmth I had in the sleeping bag and the cold on the top. So if I'm going to wear this many clothes, perhaps I should put the sleeping bag in a bivy. Well, I don't know. It'd still get the condensation, wouldn't it? Because the condensation wouldn't get out. Oh well. Small price to pay. Had a great night. I'm going to have a brew now. Have my breakfast. I must say, waking up in the tent's a bit depressing. It's not like a tarp. It's I've just unzipped the door there to get a bit of fresh air, and it's freezing outside, but I don't think it's as cold as what they said it was going to be. Not by far. But it's when you open the door in the tent, it's quite a shock what the temperature is, isn't it? When you're in the tarp, you're already in that temperature, and yet you're warm, and yet, I don't know, I just enjoy a tarp. But I can't say this has been unpleasant. I've had a fantastic sleep. And I'm out in the hills. Fabulous. Just filling me water up for my porridge and my drink, and the ice. So it was cold after all, the water's frozen. Well, I'm out of the tent now. I've emptied it. I've come back over to my nice rock. There's the hand warmer bags there. I'll dispose of those in my rubbish bags. But game changer for me, game changer, especially having them in your boots. I even put 2 in my boots this morning before I put them on. So I'm just sitting here now. I'm going to have my breakfast sat here because I just like the fresh air. You can see the weather's just starting to change now, look. It's actually nice to be outside of the bivy. It's actually nice to be outside of the tent. A proper wild weather camp. Love it. There's no frost on the ground, but it was definitely freezing point because my water, this one bottle of water, is full of ice. So it wasn't as cold as I thought it was going to be. Just starting to see one of the farmers down there on his quad bike. You probably can't see the headlight on the camera. I can see it. I don't think the sun's going to come up for a long time. It's great sat here, really loving this. Fabulous. There's just my gloves and my mic to pick up. There's my poles. And there's where I was camped. Just there. Very, very uneven pitch. It weren't ideal, but I had a great sleep. If anything, it was very soft. We'll have one more look at the crags. Beautiful. Wind's virtually dropped this morning. It's a lovely spot, isn't it? That's sort of where we're heading down there, that little light with those trees over there. I'm going to try a different way back this morning because it's quiet. See if I can get away with going straight across. So catch you in a bit. Actually dropped down quite quick. I'm going to cut across and head for those trees there. I think that's where the car is. Doesn't take a minute to drop down, it takes a blooming hour to get up. But the ground definitely got frost on it in places, look. It's quite solid, but not as cold as I thought it was going to be. So let's get back to the car. Well, there we are. Oh, just dropped my poles. Oh, there we are. Back at the car. There's a couple of cars here, look. But I've come straight across the fields and it was much quicker. I had to take that big down coat off. Dear mate, it was hot. But a nice camp, really enjoyed it. So now I can camp in loads of different weathers and not have a bother. Gosh, through the gate. Don't know why I've got my torch on, it was still half dark when I set off. But what a cracking night, really enjoyed it. So we'll see you on the next camp. Looking forward to it. See you next time.